Pyongyang, North Korea, in a rare and highly choreographed ceremony, state media broadcast striking images of leader Kim Jong Un personally decorating troops and honoring fallen soldiers who fought for Russia in its war against Ukraine. The elaborate event, held at the Central Committee headquarters of the Workers' Party of Korea, was filled with emotional embraces, medals, flowers and tears. For Kim, it was more than a military ritual. It was a statement to the world. The ceremony opened with Kim stepping into the Grand Hall, where portraits of fallen North Korean soldiers lined the memorial wall. According to South Korean and Western intelligence agencies, more than 10,000 North Korean troops were deployed to Russia in 2024, primarily to the Kursk region. Alongside manpower, Pyongyang is also accused of supplying artillery shells, missiles, and long-range rocket systems to bolster Moscow's war effort. The ceremony, therefore, was not just about honoring the dead. It was about showcasing North Korea's role on the global battlefield. Kim was shown placing medals onto the uniforms of visibly shaken servicemen, embracing them one by one in front of a solemn audience. Families of fallen fighters wept as their loved ones were remembered. Cameras captured moments of raw emotion, Kim hugging children, consoling widows, and bowing deeply at the memorial wall. State media framed the event as proof of the supreme leader's compassion, reinforcing his image as both commander and guardian of his people. Analysts say the symbolism of the event goes beyond domestic propaganda. By honoring troops who died fighting in Ukraine, Kim was aligning North Korea more openly with Russia, a partnership that has deepened since Moscow's isolation under Western sanctions. Intelligence reports suggest North Korean troops in Kursk were involved in both combat operations and logistical support, a claim denied by Pyongyang but reinforced by the scale of today's ceremony. For North Koreans watching at home, the broadcast was designed to stir pride and sacrifice. Military officials applauded as soldiers laid flowers before the portraits of their fallen comrades. Tearful families bowed alongside Kim, while chants of loyalty echoed through the hall. This orchestrated unity underscored the regime's message. North Korea's sacrifices abroad are framed as part of its struggle against Western dominance. Yet outside North Korea, the images will fuel deep concern. Western governments have long accused Pyongyang of directly aiding Russia's war machine in violation of international sanctions. The sight of Kim publicly decorating fighters who reportedly died in Ukraine could add weight to calls for tougher action at the United Nations. At the same time, it highlights the extent to which Russia is relying on partners like North Korea to sustain its offensive. The timing of the ceremony is also significant. With the war in Ukraine grinding on, Moscow's partnerships with nations like North Korea and Iran have become increasingly vital. For Kim, showcasing fallen soldiers as martyrs not only cements loyalty at home, but also signals to Russia that North Korea's commitment is real, human and costly. The message was carefully crafted. North Korea is not a passive observer. It is an active player. As the ceremony concluded, Kim bowed before the memorial wall, flanked by grieving families and applauding generals. Flowers and medals adorned the portraits of the dead, transforming the hall into both shrine and stage. To his people, it was a scene of mourning and pride. To the world, it was a bold declaration that North Korea stands shoulder to shoulder with Russia, regardless of the global backlash. From Pyongyang, the images of Kim Jong Un embracing the families of fallen soldiers mark a powerful moment of defiance, propaganda, and political theatre. In honouring troops who died far from home, Kim has tied North Korea's destiny more visibly to Russia's war in Ukraine, a gesture that may shape not only regional dynamics, but also the course of the global conflict in the months to come. North Korean state media broadcast images on August 22, 2025, showing leader Kim Jong Un placing medals beside portraits of soldiers reportedly killed while fighting for Russia in its war against Ukraine. The ceremony, held at the headquarters building of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, featured Kim awarding state commendations to the commander and combatants of the Korean People's Army's overseas operational forces, who took part in military operations in the Kursk region in support of Russia. The footage showed Kim Jong Un embracing soldiers, consoling emotional servicemen, and personally decorating both individuals and a memorial wall honouring the fallen. Emotional scenes unfolded as soldiers and civilians applauded and wept, while Kim bowed in respect, laid flowers and greeted grieving families. The ceremony highlighted North Korea's close alignment with Russia, underscoring claims by South Korean and Western intelligence that Pyongyang sent over 10,000 troops, along with artillery shells, missiles and long-range rocket systems, to Russia in 2024. Kim was seen consoling soldiers, hugging children and greeting family members of the deceased, with the atmosphere marked by visible grief and solemn respect. Applause mixed with tears as mourners stood before photographs of the fallen, while Kim Jong Un presented flowers and bowed deeply to honour their sacrifice. The ceremony ended with Kim greeting and embracing families, paying tribute to the sacrifices made by North Korean troops abroad. It was a carefully staged display of loyalty and grief broadcast widely by North Korean state media.